All right, holy crap, we are live. This is all said and done, and I want you to say good morning. My name is Jonas Brasco. This is Up the Fulham. This is Fulham at Crystal Palace. Sorry, Palace at Fulham. Apologize, I had a piece of gum in my mouth. We are just going to do a quick mic check, and we've been trying to adjust the. Yeah, I'm just listening, trying to make sure the mic's up and make sure my audio is synced with my voice. Yeah, I'm just listening, trying to make sure the mic's up and make sure my audio is synced with my voice. I think we may be good to go. I think we may be good to go. I'm just gonna kick up the volume just a little bit. I'm just gonna kick up the volume just a little bit. Get to make sure my gain is on track. And oh, do not actually have to reset. We are live. Do not actually have to reset. We are live. Yes. So play match. We is Fulham. It is Crystal Palace. Welcome to week 15. Match. We is Fulham. It is Crystal Palace. Welcome to week 15. Now that I know that's going, we can continue with our setup. Will be Sandberg. Oh, yeah, I gotta make a quick lineup adjustment because they did actually follow my advice. Chukwueze is starting, but of course he has no surprise there. And I'm looking at Palace's formation as well. And yeah, I did make some. So I'm going to send my apologies because I was basing this off of the information I had previously, and turned out that did not happen the way I wanted it to. So while this is going on, I am going to make some quick adjustments. But in the meantime, just to let everyone know what's happening, kickoff has just happened. We are about a minute. I am slightly behind everyone else. I'm going to adjust, but as you can see, I'm about 126, 127. All right. So I see where I messed up with the lineup. And as such, the first one we're going to build up real quick is Crystal Palace, since they are the visitors. And that's sometimes the thing with trying to work with a predicted lineup is Anderson Richards goal. It's like you have the right people, but they're just it's just they're in the wrong order. And then you're just forced to make some quick changes. Like I got LaCroix and EA switched. But at the start of this game, Palace was I want to say they were in sixth. No one has been talking really about Everton and how they've like slowly snuck up the table. But so far, the first 5 minutes, both of them seem to just be kind of getting into the game. I'm not expecting a 9-goal thriller like Fulham had earlier this week on Tuesday against Man City. I know people were happy, that it wasn't a simple game. Fulham didn't give up and everything, but I'm like still giving up 5 goals is still you're not going to win games like that, no matter how many goals you score. And yes, that's definitely been the best output for Fulham as far as goal scoring this entire season. Especially last year, they were struggling so much to score, much less 3 goals, which I said that was just going to be a miracle. Right now, I just need him to try to score one into the box. I thought Wilson was going to pull the trigger. Did not happen. Cross. It was offsides. They're scrapping. Shot off the post. But the offside flag does come up. Mm, a good a good early chance for Fulham. Just it was just off the post. But it looks like Fulham may have earned themselves a corner. Just make sure the updates that I have made will take. Two Looks like it's gonna be a 2-person corner. Goes off Mateta. It's gonna be another corner. I know there's been some interesting goals this past week, but I don't think I've ever seen Fulham score an Olympico. And for those who may not know, an Olympico is actually a goal from corner kick. So, Harry Wilson, Iwobi. Wilson comes up. Iwobi into the box. Emil Smith Rowe. What happened? Tete's calling for a handball. Let's see. Is out Smith Rowe. I don't know. I think it's gonna be another corner. Yeah, they're not calling VAR or anything on that. I'm not surprised. Another quarter into the box. Shift. Fulham still maintaining possession. Out to Iwobi. Still maintaining. Gets it back out to Wilson. Wilson outside the box. And Iwobi goes down. So there's stop and play. Yeah. Nothing malicious. Just got ran into. Nothing malicious behind it. It's going to be a free kick. Looks like maybe about 40, 50 yards. Iwobi's on top of it. And that could have been done better. Well, it's going to be another corner. This is a fourth corner so far for Fulham. And still nothing has come of it. I like the aggression. But this is where those chances have to happen, and they have to happen quick. Another corner. Back of the box. Palace anywhere but here. Gets it out. And it's going to go back to Leno. Fulham doing a great job with possession. Keeping the ball in their half. Palace really hadn't had a chance to do anything. I don't even think Palace has had a shot on goal yet. And my stream went down for a second. We're about 10. Strong, bro. We believe you famous. I don't know about that, but I do appreciate that. Appreciate. All right, moving on. Oh, come on. Nope. No, don't you dare. That's why sometimes you hate YouTube. Oh, my. Still following along. It looks like Palace gets the ball. Okay, my stream came back up. I may not have it in here, but please, no spoilers. This is going to be Palace's corner. Oh, okay. Raul, there's definitely a foul there. I'm hoping dude is all right. I don't. I'm trying to think because Raul may have caught the chin. Let's see. Raul's going. Okay, he's going for. Oh yes, he did. He caught the chin and ow. It was. It's going for the ball, but he's going for the ball. But wow, Raul definitely caught him in the chin. I can't even. Yermi took. I mean, there's something when they say that you say taking on the chin, but when it's actual literal, it's kind of ow. Okay, okay, that was Tete dealt with the free kick. It's gonna be another another corner. Palace with the kick. Kick, 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 kick. Yeah, it looks like Pino that's gonna take it. And Palace just sends it back. Their pitch. Keeper, nice pass into the box. Fulham deals with it. Just anywhere but there. It's gonna be a throw in. Richards is gonna throw this one in. I'm just making sure that my mic is synced. Good throw. Crystal Palace maintains possession. A lot of pressure in the box. Harry Wilson prevents the corner. And I got a like on my stream. Thank you very much. As always, up the Fulham. This is Jonas Brasco. It is a mm, where are we at? It's gonna be another corner. It's gonna be a throw in. Someone trying to channel their inner Rory Delap. That did not happen. Smith Rowe, very aggressive. It's a break. It's like Chukwueze. What? Oh, I don't know where that was going. I have no idea where that was going. I think he was trying to get. I think he was thinking Smith Rowe was gonna go up the middle, but no, no, that did not happen. Palace keeping control right now. Mitchell. Fulham gets back possession and then it just goes out. I think if you're a Fulham fan, you're kind of disappointed, especially in those first 10 minutes. You had all those chances with corners and just wasn't able to get anything going. On the break, Mateta, not a great shot, but does get it off. Leno has to go down for it. I think that is going to be considered the first shot on goal. I was over why I couldn't hear anything on my audio. That's okay. It came out. That's just awesome. This is awesome. All right. There we go. Okay. Little trip. It's a foul. Yeah, that's a foul, Pino. Don't worry about that. Anyway, thanks for everyone who's coming in viewing. Once again, this is Jonas Brasco for Up the Fulham. We do live reacts and live live walkthroughs. You know what? You're here. Thanks. No score. Bunch of corner kicks. One shot on goal. That's all you've missed. Wilson to the back. Straight at the keeper. No problem. Okay. No surprise there. And literally the one person I had not put in yet. I'm again not surprised when I said this is why it was important. 1-0. It was a good shot. I mean, I can't even be upset about it. It was just and of course the commentators are gushing. Again, I'm not even Minez. I don't know what that was. But yeah, and of course the commentators are reminding people they've never beaten Palace at home. And of course, the crowd is like, hey, don't. Don't give up. We're still in this. But I am happy that they are playing a little bit more aggressive. They're not trying to sit back. They tried to, but now it's time to see. If they get. It's trying to see if they got that heart. Smith Rowe in shot. Henderson had to save that, and it was just a nice pass from. I mean, that's the thing. 1-2 shot. Henderson, great save. Corner from Iwobi, and let's not do that again. And yeah, I mean the crowd is letting them have it, and rightly so. It was a poor corner. Mhm. But no, it was. Do I think Leno could have gotten better at that? Yes, but it is what it is. I mean, okay, and that's gonna go off. Yeah, that goes off of Fulham. It's gonna be a throw in. It's been a lot of just quiet. The main thing, Fulham again, they're losing the ball. This is what's bad right now is that they're losing possession, but it's going to be a foul, and it looks like that was on. Actually, I don't know who that was on real quick, but right now, Fulham just slow down, keep possession. Anderson out to Bassi, back to Bassi. Bassi needs to control the ball. Anderson, he has the Chukwueze is gonna get. Looks like he's gonna kick it back out to Tete. He's not. No, he's gonna go in. Tried to get to Harry Wilson and nothing going. Palace just gets the ball out and that's it. I know Chukwueze has talent and wants to make his mark on the game, and he definitely did in the last game. 2 goals against City is not an easy feat. This is an easy feat, but both of them, they're saying 86% pass accuracy between both, but it doesn't matter how many of the passes. It's the possession, and it's gonna be the score. The possession, the shots, the scores. Berger with the ball gets it out to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe looking for someone in the box. Jimenez is really really not been much into this. Chukwueze gets it back out. Burger with the cross, and Mitchell had to get it out for a throw in. Okay. One thing we don't see much is Sanderberg with the ball, and Anderson the cross. Richards gets it. Chukwueze, the crowd's getting into it a little bit. Chukwueze gets the ball. Castagna shot by Iwobi, and it's straight at the keeper. I mean, it was a volley, but it was a rough volley. It and it just got straight to the keeper. In the meantime, we're now about oh excuse me. Anderson kicking it out to Wilson. Wilson, okay, he kicks it out for a corner because Wilson, it was a good run. He just couldn't get power past both of them. But as a result, an error, it gets a corner. Wilson and Iwobi. I don't know what's been going on with these two-person corners. There's just looking because it looks like the being fouled, and it looks yeah that was Sanderberg all the way there. Faust. Okay, it's a clear, but still, still in that Fulham half. We really haven't talked much about the ref in this game, and I don't have a reason to. Smith Rowe trying to get over. We're trying to play that long ball over, and it just isn't. It's not working. It's not a bad idea or anything. It's just not not something that Fulham does often, and I get that, and that's why they're trying this. All right, the first game people are mentioning Brighton West Ham 1-1. Palace is on the break. Tete still maintaining possession. Gets out to Anderson. Awobi trying to maintain possession. Back out to Tete. Harry Wilson. Dabassi. Sanderberger into the box. No one there. And Palace just boots it out. Right now, this is good just to have a bit of possession. See if we can work something in that it's just not going to have to be a break or an error. But I think for Fulham to get that goal, they just are going to have to find some way to break down Palace's back line. Because right now, Palace has gotten the ball back. They're slowing. They just are maintaining possession very, very well. Even though Fulham has 66% of the possession, Palace has 35. Two shots on target, two corners, and they fouled more, but still they're ahead 1-0. Cross to box. Klein. Klein. Oh, that could have been a good shot, but Klein just was messing up there. But still, nothing happening. 1-0. That could have easily been 2-0. Klein had one good attempt. It just kind of goes off one foot to the other foot. Bassi does a great job just sliding and just getting the attempt away. All right, we've had 10 views so far, one like. I appreciate people coming in. This is Jonas Braska once again with Up the Fulham. Yeah, they're seeing if there was a penalty. I do not think so. It was outside the box. I don't even know if I would consider that really a foul. It's outside. Is it late? Yes. Could have been a foul? Absolutely. Was it a penalty? No, outside the box. Nothing else to maintain. It's still Palace. Palace on the break. Bassi. Okay. Whistles. There. Yeah. Ref is saying no foul. And yeah, that's fine. Okay. We're just saying that it should. Okay. Question about simulation. Teta. Tete. Wilson maintaining possession. Fulham's able to dig out of that. Just as all, it's just Harry Wilson. Chikweze. Palace just they're all behind the ball. Like they are good, doing a great job of not allowing Fulham to get behind them. Like yes, you can go for the cross, but Wilson. Wow! Yes! Yes! Get in there, Harry Wilson. Thank you. 1-1. Game on. Let him know. That's exactly what you want to see it before halftime. That's exactly what needed to happen. And finally, with that, Harry Wilson leads all goal scorers on Fulham with 4 goals, which means that finally, own goals are not the leading scorer on Fulham. It is Harry Wilson, and own goals is second, or received goals, if we have to be politically correct. There was a blackout real quick on the screen, but yeah, great finish by Harry Wilson. We're in the 40th minute now, slowly creeping towards the 41st. There are a lot of people who thought this was going to be a 1-1 draw. Well, the 1-1 part has happened now. So the question is, can Fulham actually, go into halftime with the lead, or is Crystal Palace going to answer back just as quickly as Fulham did? Richards, Nketiah back in the goal scorer, back in the box. Fulham's trying to get the ball out. Not happening, but Bassi has it. Great job by Bassi just to get it out to Anderson. No, that was Sanderberger. Sanderberger trot. Wow. Wharton did a great job because Smith Rowe was on that left side, ready to pounce. The crowd is the crowd is in this. Mitchell, great job, great job by Tete. Not only makes the tackle, keeps the ball from going for a corner, and wins it. Hawobi maintaining possession. Richards kicks it out, and this game has just taken a different life on their own. All right, 43rd minute. I'm putting my stats in because the Palace has only had 3 shots. Fulham with 6 with total shots. 3 shots on target for Fulham, 2 for Palace. Yeah, Fulham, it's just like, yeah, I'm got okay, we're going in. Let's go in a half on a good note. But I'd love to be up 2-1 because it is very rare that. Chukwueze gets it. Palace is calling for a foul. Looks like it was Piro that went down and was upset. Chukwueze gets it back. Tried to be a little too fancy. We don't need that. Fulham, we're not a fancy team. There may be, maybe I would say maybe 3 to 4 minutes at stoppage at the most on this one. I'm waiting for the indicator of stoppage before I do anything real quick. Oh wow. It's a minimum of 2 minutes. Chukwueze trying to maintain possession, gets it out, tried to get it out to Harry Wilson. There's Harry Wilson with the foul. Fulham, one last chance before half. Wilson out to Iwobi. Bassi has space. Gets tried to get it out to Wilson. Intercepted. Nketiah. Nketiah. Bassi doing a great job on Nketiah. Bassi wins it. Bassi still has it. Whistle's gone half. It is halftime. And so we are now at halftime with a 1-1 goal. I mean, sorry. With everything even at 1-1. Nketiah with a great goal in the 28th minute. Harry Wilson, perhaps goal of the year so far, in the 38th. And I did not realize how shiny I am. So, great for the camera, not great for me. But before we do anything else, let's check out. Like, look at the stats. Like, Fulham, great possession, 3 shots on goal, less fouls, lots of corners. Oh, Leno's only been forced to make one save and no cards. Palace has been no slouches themselves. And that was just a great, if nothing else, a great start for Fulham. Maybe not the greatest of starts, but the fact that they answered back, and one of the things I said for keys to the game is that Fulham has to. See, I have a special stream now. And one of the things that I need, I even said right here is like literally the keys to being Palace. The back four must step up. For the most part, so far so good. Bassi, Tete, they've been on point. Anderson, Sanderberger, he's had the ball a lot more than I would have liked to see, but still. Chukwueze needs to start. Chukwueze is starting. That's really, really good. Challenge the keeper. Fulham, hey, they have had some shots on goal. That's what needed to happen. 3 shots on target, 1 goal from those 3 shots. Is what it is. And then this is the thing that where Palace has done a great job of just keeping Fulham and tightening that center area is following up on free kicks and corners. Fulham has not been really able to do that. So I'm not sure where we go from here. If you're a Fulham fan, you are happy that we are. The game is at it's a draw. It's 1-1 so far at halftime. But if you are indeed a Palace fan, you may be disappointed. But you can't take anything away from Harry Wilson's goal. I'm not taking anything away from the catch's goal. Um, Mateta has actually not been that much of a factor in this game so far, and I'm not complaining. It's just going to be interesting to, again, see how people react to this, react at halftime. Whether Marco will make any adjustments. Will we see Kevin or Josh King come in for Fulham, or they're going to be playing a little bit more defensively like they were that first part of the Man City game, which hopefully they will not because that didn't work well for them. But overall, no, it was a good first half. Overall, it was a good first half for Fulham. Maybe not the best I would have liked to have seen, but I think easily you can't argue. There's a lot of people again thought this game was gonna be 1-1 anyway, so we that's where we are. It's 1-1 at halftime. Anyone in the chat, want to comment before I go to break? Because again, this wasn't a bad match. This is not a bad half. It was a bit scrappy. I'm not gonna. And it should be noted that Fulham never gave up. They went down 1-0, and it did not take them a full half to get back into it. So, and here the expected goals again 1-1 or 0-0. But if I'm Palace, I'm trying to I'm trying to maintain possession, see if I can slow the game down, not let Fulham, you know, force you to be so defensive and having to have constantly 7, 8 people in the box to crowd Fulham out because with that being the case, you're not going to get a lot of breakaways. But it's also should be noticed that Palace scored literally on an errant pass. A cat that literally took the ball away. But yeah, Jimenez is gonna. Yeah, Jimenez, great, great assist. Recognizes Harry Wilson, just a nice, clean shot towards that top left corner. Actually, I won't say top left. It was more like middle left corner. But thanks again for everyone who's been watching. I'm gonna go into the mission. Take a brief, take a brief moment. But scored halftime. Really, they gave him 60. They gave him 34. I did not think it was 34, but okay. Who am I to argue? I will make adjustments. Again, I don't think it was 34, but whatever. Once again, thanks for everyone who's listening. This is Jonas Brasco. I'll be back for the second half. Okay, that was not exactly what I was expecting, but mic check 1 2 1 2. This is Jonas Brasco. We are back up with Up the Fulham. We are at halftime has just ended. I need to get my scoreboard back up. Making a quick adjustment. All right. Chukwueze tries to get and loses possession. But Fulham gets, and as you see, it got the current benches up. Tete gets it. Oh, that was a interesting sliding shot. But as you see, I both have the Fulham and Lefkane, Traore, Koenka, Kisei Asari, Sasha Lukic, Kevin, Lecomte, Josh King, and Issa Diop. Hopefully that will not. We will never have to see Lecomte in. But Mateta, Mateta just on the break definitely had a chance. We're gonna do a quick audio check just to make sure people can hear me. And I think our sync is okay. All right. I had to make a quick change there. Now that that's set, I'm going to turn down my volume on my phone. I'm just using that for the sake of monitoring. And now for a lot of people, I'm just also staying focused on this matchup. Tete's gonna get. Oh. Anyway, let's get back to our regular schedule lineups. I forgot to switch those out because neither side made changes at halftime. needed to, yeah. I had this no spoiler room, but I realized that I can unselect that now. Palace, Kamada, shot, deflected. Okay. No, there's no there. Oh no, there's no foul. At least I didn't think so. Anyway, it's gonna be a throw in. Mm-hmm. Jose kicking out. Awobi with the header, but Smith Rowe gets it. Come on. And again, key to winning. Got to follow up. Follow up. And not just free kicks and corners. Yeah, because Awobi, it just goes off the post. It was the inside post too, but Smith Rowe there with the poach. It's 2-1. Uh, so now they're checking. Now they're checking offside. So mm. I got. This is why I don't do this, folks. But at least now I have a big lovely graphics that's telling you please stand by. And yes, they are going to the VAR. No goal. Reigns at 1. By a by a toe. By a man. They're gonna say it was by a toe. Wow. But that's the thing. You can't worry about that. You can't gotta get back on it. Chukwueze tries to get into the box. Chukwueze still possession the ball. Chukwueze go kicking on 3 Palace players and still gets the throw in. Oh man. And again, this is why we say also in the chat, no spoilers, no links, keep the foul language to a minimum. I'm doing my best to keep the foul language to a minimum. But as you saw from that, it's hard. It is hard. I could hear the "We Are Fulham" chants. I can't repeat that here because I'm trying to keep this a PG stream, well PG-13 stream. Not to mention that this is Crystal Palace, not Chelsea. Mhm. But everything else, Fulham is doing well. They're keeping Mateta from really doing much with the ball. Jimenez trying to bully past two Palace players. That did not go well. Ball boy was ridiculous. Throws two balls on the pitch. Gets it out. Apologize. Quickly on. Castagna nearly ran into Chukwueze. Palace gets it. Smith Rowe with the interception. Back to Harry Wilson. Awobi has it. Back to Wilson. Wilson gets crowded. Chukwueze. Castagna. Castagna should not be going forward. Sonderberger. Oh my. Back to Bassi, but still, Fulham doing a good job just maintaining possession. That's needed. And it's going to be a throw in for Fulham. Teta. Keeping Pino. Nice, nicely held up by Bassi. Awobi with the ball. Fulham maintaining possession. Jimenez trying to keep it, but it goes out. Bassi gets it back. They talked a little bit about Anthony Robinson. If for people don't know, Robinson had knee surgery and he has been out most of the season. That and our other senior striker, Rodrigo Muniz. That's actually the only two injuries Fulham really has at this time. Hmm. Wharton has it. Pino, for the most part, has been pretty quiet in this game. I know Palace is not going to be happy about that. No, yes, officially, Jimenez did get the assist on the Harry Wilson goal. And so far, yes, Harry Wilson has definitely been man of the match, followed definitely by Kenny Tete. But as things stand, if the scores line stays the same, Palace would maintain fifth place based just on goal differential over Everton. Everton's win yesterday was, like I said, people are sleeping on Everton. People are sleeping on Everton. Aston Villa with that great game against Arsenal yesterday Bournemouth, Chelsea, no score there. Everton, we've mentioned that again. 3-0 over Nottingham Forest. Man City, 3-0 over Sunderland. Newcastle, 2-1 over Burnley. That was a lot closer than that should have been. Spurs gets the 2-0 win over Brentford. Leeds and Liverpool, of course, that's one most people were talking about, is actually ended up in a draw, a 3-3 draw. And Leeds, of course, is 3 points behind Fulham, so hence that's why that game was definitely something to be watched. And of course, the result today with Brighton and West Ham at one apiece. As things stand, Fulham is at 18 points and 15th. With 3 points, they can go ahead of, they can move up to 13 with the win if they keep the same goal differential. Actually, with the, no, they have to actually win this to get the goal differential down to -2. Right now, they're tied with Bournemouth and Brentford on goal differential. Well, the thing is, Fulham has given up less goals than Bournemouth, but at the same time, Bournemouth has scored one more goal. And that's one thing that is the saddens me about this a little bit is that Fulham has given up the fewest goals as far as the when you're talking like the bottom, like the bottom corner of the table. But still, Palace on the break cuts back in. Fulham's getting people back. Good job just holding up the hold make sure they're holding up the ball. Shot deflected. Fulham gets possession again. Sanderberger tried to muscle through. No foul. Palace gets possession back. Ateta is able to get the pass off. Cross into the box. Pino tries a shot on goal. Leno gets to it, but it does actually squirm out. Palace still maintaining possession. Mitchell. I think they were calling for an onside for and the goal, but and Ketia comes off and looks like Palace is going to make their first couple of substitutions. And again, they're tracing Europe, so I'm not surprised. A win would put them in a Champions League place. So I'm not. So we will make those adjustments. I know it was Lerma that came on. Yeah, commentary. And Mateta, which me I which it makes it seem like they're gonna go for a more defensive setup, which I don't know if that's gonna be in their best interest. And it looks like Kevin's going to come in. Kevin's going to come in for Smith Rowe. And for Emil Smith Rowe, I know this is going to. Yeah. So that's where we're at now. No goals, no assists for Kevin. Palace is getting a little bit more defensive with their lineup, but doesn't mean. Oh! Good pass into the box. It was nearly 2-1 Palace. And that's where I was like with Palace. It's like you got to be scared on that break. You can't let them get behind. And Iche should have gotten to it. And they're upset that should have been a corner. I'm not gonna. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. I'm not gonna lie. That they're not wrong. That should have been a corner. Crowd's cheering for Fulham. It was come on Fulham chance. They are. Wolby now gets it. Kevin has the ball. This is his first touch. Kevin got two people marked on him. Cross into the box. Disappointing. Sanderberger's gonna try to give it to Kevin. I mean, one thing that I do find interesting, but I can is that there's no Ryan Sessegnon, and hopefully that's not something we're gonna have to find out if there's a knock, maybe there's just something in fitness, but it is interesting that he's not being featured in this. Apologies. Lerma, whoa, was trying to get to Pino, but too much power on that. We're now this. We're slowly approaching the 72nd minute. Commentators are joking. Don't know what's funny, but I'm just letting you know that's what they're doing. Samuel Barrott is the one that's the ref. I really hadn't said much about that because for the most part, they've let him play. And now there's okay. I don't know if I'm gonna put that. Wilson gets to it. Mm. And now the commentators because they're like ignoring Kasami. They are so ignoring because that goal was against Crystal Palace. But granted, that one was at Palace. Just kidding. I don't know what that was. I don't know why they waited so long. It's if you know it's offside, it's offside. You don't need to, you know. Fulham is just now this game is slowed down a little bit. I feel almost like the I almost feel like that VAR just like took the life out of Fulham. We're just kind of seeing what's going to happen because we know there's going to be subs now. This is about the 45th minute. I mean, it's the 75th minute. There's going to be fouls. No, sorry, subs, but not just yet. What's it? Awobi and just lets it go. And Josh King is coming in. We will Long throw. Now each team has 3 subs. So there's 2 remaining. There's been more offsides recently in this one. Once again, it looks like we're heading towards that 1-1 draw, but you never know. Castagna with the defense. It's going to be a goal kick. And now we're at not much else I can say right now. We are currently in the 79th minute. Once again, I know this. No spoilers, please. You can see where we are where we are. You more than welcome to sync your stream with it, or if you know something, just please be quiet. Excuse me. Kevin has it. Can Kevin find someone in the box? No, because that's the thing. 2 people on him, and just he needs to relax. 80th. Palace still keeping the ball in their half, and it's gonna be a goal kick. Marco Silva, yeah, I and what really has been bad for Fulham now is like they had 6 corners in the first half. They have not been able to make one happen here. 4 offsides. That's something you just wouldn't expect. Whistle. We're gonna see what happened with Castagna. Center gets heavy touch. Oh yeah, there's yeah, and I don't know if Kevin just stopped, foul just to stop. But yeah, that was. I mean, it was late. The ref didn't see it, but that was a stop on the foot. That could have been a yellow. But amazingly enough, there have been no cards in this game. Knock on wood. Once again, no spoilers, please. And they're saying that so far, no way wins so far this week. Just 5 wins from home teams and 3 draws. Unless we could Tete cross into the box. Kevin gets there with the header, but it just sails. I don't know. It's again the kid is just. I don't think he was trying to go for it. I don't know if he was just trying to find someone else to get on that. It's really, oh, it's really hard to just be like, great. Yeah, it's a very agitated Marco Silva, and I can't blame him. It really is. The game has kind of gotten out of hand since then, and it's just full of Fulham. It's like let's Josh King, and he's dispossessed really quickly by Gahey. And now just a slick passing by Palace. Kevin with a nice stop. Clearly, some of that was clearly the best I've seen Kevin play. Was just came back to the ball, played defense, got the goal, got Fulham the goal kick. Great job by Kevin. Keep we're slowly creeping. We're now at the 84th minute. Stania tried to get it over. Can Kevin get to it? Kevin does get to it. Keeps it out, but just Palace with it. It's tracked back by Harry Wilson. Tete. Jimenez. Harry Wilson. Got a shot, but straight at the keeper. That was way too ambitious. That was way too ambitious. I love the fact that it was like got the first touch volley, but still there was just wasn't enough on it. Keeper saw it all the way. 85th minute now. Scores 1-1. And now, of course, they're talking about the match tomorrow. Manchester United versus Wolves. And of course, it's simply, there's no other way to sugarcoat it. I, as a neutral, you want Wolves to win. As a fantasy, I got Man U. Palace just doing a great job of holding out the ball. Mitchell gets it out. Leno gets big. But yeah, it's a great cross into the box. Leno gets big. Uche had Uche if Leno didn't get big, it would be 2-1 Palace. But literally, I think this is literally the first corner of the second half for either team. Wharton's going to take the corner, and of course, this is a. We are now in. No, not yet, not yet. When we get to the 90th minute, we'll be in Fulhamish time. Both Fulham and Palace have two subs left. Pino, with the set piece, they let it go back. Pino was on that left side, deflected out for a corner. A little bit tricky, but Bassi got to it. Right now, as it stands, Gehi, the head. Let's see, because I think that's. I mean, that's a solid head. Okay. I'm gonna see because at first I thought this was no. Gehi gets to it. I thought it was Tete. I don't think I need VAR for that. I'm not even mad. I said the back four had to step up. And that's the thing. Now Palace is talking top four as things stand. With Carney and Traore coming in, there's Fulham now. You're just trying to find something. And they've just announced it'll be 6 minutes of stoppage. No issue that. No issue there. Final lineup for Fulham. Devaney's going to come in for Pino. Palace has one substitution left. And Marco Silva, you just see it. And again, it was this was a gut. I mean, there's nothing else. This was a gutted performance. And now they're talking Palace has never finished higher than 10th. And Fulham, again, And it is a foul on Lukic. Uche with the foul. We are now definitely in Fulhamish time now. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Free kick. Traore is trying to get into, sneak back to Kearney. Kearney crosses to the box. Anderson back to Kevin. Anderson gets it back. Richardson misses the punch, but it goes out and it's a goal kick for Palace. And Palace has one more sub if they want to use it. But right now, I don't even think they need to do that. We're now 4 minutes past. Where the crowd's still chosen for come on Fulham. Castagna, great cross into the box. Mitchell gets it out. Tete. Traore. And yeah, we would say Uche got the foul there. Palace. Uche. No, yeah, no penalty, no foul. Nope. I don't know what happened there. I think you can tell there's. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Richards back. They're just doing. Palace is just doing a great job. No faults. I it's easy to be upset. It is easy to be upset, and yet I'm not. And I think the only reason I'm not upset is everything I said right here. I I literally said the things Fulham would have to do. The back four would have to step up. And I don't know if you're saying that giving up 2 goals compared to 5, yeah. But here, Fulham must score 2 goals. This was not going to be a 1-1 affair. 1-0 was not going to win this. They did not. Chukwueze needs to start. They did that. Challenge the keeper. In the first half, they definitely did that. But Palace just did more. They closed the gap. They were definitely. I don't even think I can't even really be upset because it's one of those things where it's like you mentioned the keys to winning. You literally say exactly what has to be done, and it's either you do it or you don't. And that's that. I'm gonna go over the stats in a moment, and then I think I'm gonna call it because everything I said, is right there. Back four has to step up, and I'm not gonna take anything away from Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson scored a wonderful goal, but right now, like that number two, Fulham must score at least 2 goals. And Emil Smith Rowe, I am so sorry that you got beat by a foot. And that's sadly what's going to be the story of this game is lost by a foot, came a foot short. That I mean, there's nothing else I can say. That's going to be the story. The follow challenge the keeper. They did in the first half. But this is, I mean, this is how this. Oh, sorry. There we go. But no, Palace got better on the possession. They came back up on shots. They actually outshot us on goal. Like that is like Palace came back, got more shots on target. We didn't commit as many fouls, but we didn't get any corners in the second half. We didn't get any more offside cards calls. We didn't see yellow. I mean, maybe that's a good thing to keep in mind is that we did not see yellow. But yeah, there's nothing else more to say. So this one's gonna go down as a 2-1 loss. And I'm not gonna say that they gave up. I don't think they gave up. But I do think that once we knew that the VAR decision was not going to go through, that Fulham was not going to be up, that just killed it. Like that's what really, for the most part, killed the game. And now, and with this loss, I mean, that match next week on the 13th becomes a lot more important. Than you may think. Because there is no guarantee Fulham is going to win away. Now, New Year's Day is going to be interesting. New Year's Day, I'm going to go back to me. So the runbacks on New Year's Day, 12:30 my time. By this time, Anthony Robinson, depending on his knee, should be back. I want to know where Ryan Sessegnon was in this game because because clearly he was not. Um, I'm not sure if he just wasn't available or if it was just I don't know. I actually do not know. This was just, where do you go from here? What more can you do other than have people just say, you know what, we'll be better in the transfer window. We'll be better in the transfer window. That's not going. That's not what we need to hear right now. If you're the Fulham fan, that's not what you want. It's just like to say, transfer window. And we're going to Turf Moor. I mean, let's just go ahead and get this part out of the way too. Fulham has not won a Turf Moor in the Prem. And even going back to 2015, Fulham has only won one match. And that was at home on August 26th of 2018. There is no I mean, that's the thing. There are no give me's. There are no givens. And after this, you gotta. This is gonna be a dangerous match. Because even though Fulham is 15th and they're still only 4 points away from the drop zone. Depending on what happens, Burnley can get themselves to 18th with a win and still feel like they're keeping their season alive. You don't want to go. You don't want to go in the new year under 20 points. You just don't want to, because it really is now. You're talking. You're talking about trying to avoid the drop zone. There is nothing else you can say right now. They're just right now. They're just not good enough. And yes, you can say this is. I mean, yes, you can say this is Palace. Yes, you can say they have this amazing run. Yes, they are fourth. All of that is true. And in fact, I mean, let's not take anything away from Palace. Fulham has actually scored more goals than Palace. This is the thing that cannot. No, sorry. Fulham has the same goal total as Palace with 20 goals. It's just the defense. That's why I said the back four has to be better. Because this game should have ended in a 1-1 draw. If not a 2-1 win, it should have ended in a 1-1 draw. The fact that Gahey was just able to just be in the middle, and you see that there was three Fulham defenders, and still found a way. I mean, that's why he's the captain. Don't get me wrong. That's why he's the captain. You make things happen when you don't think they're supposed to. And right now, Fulham does not have that. Anderson has the armband. But who is the real leader on this team? It was formerly Leno. It was at one time Tom Carney. Like, who is the current leader of Fulham? And I think that's the question that now has to be answered before the Burnley game. Is who is the leader? Because I don't know if you're saying the leader is Anderson, then you got to hold that back line accountable. If it's Leno, you got to hold that back line accountable. If it's gonna be Harry Wilson, I don't know if you make him the captain because it's just that's where this game has left me asking. It's not why did we lose? We know why we lost. It's not wasn't an offsides. We know it's an offsides. It's like we're using the technology. It shows it's an offside. It's an offsides. I am throwing that all away. I'm now asking one simple question: who is the leader for Fulham? That's it. There's nothing else I can really say. There's nothing else that can be added. I want to thank everyone who's watched. This was not a this was not a big stream. We had 13 views, a couple of people in the chat. Hey, I checked. Audio seemed to be good for this one. "12:30 my time." By this time, Nation. Good morning. It's Mitchell Rand. By this time, Anthony Robinson, depending on his knee, should be back. I want to know where Ryan Sessegnon was in this game because clearly he was not. Um, I'm not sure if he just wasn't available or if it was just a. I actually do and that's it. I can't even say disappointed. I can't even say I'm mad. It's just who's the leader on this team. That's it. Hopefully, we can find that out before next Saturday. This is Jonas Braska with Up the Fulham because that's all we can do now. Chin up. This one's a tough one. Again, still can't beat Palace at home. Let's see if we can bring in the new year with a win at Selhurst. Have a good one, folks.